Folks, welcome in. Hi, Hawk. Good to see you. I hope that you are well. Happy time zone, everyone. I'm starting a little bit early because I've been kind of tired today. And so I wanted to make sure I got in a decent stream before I get way too tired and need to call it. Alright, so here's the Earth. It's a very pretty planet. It's not going to explode. That's a different empire. No, don't fire the missiles, Astral. We're not doing that. I hate what they've done with this. I don't mind how it looks. I'm just very confused with how I'm supposed to accomplish anything. Gagassi are cats, basically. They rule. Like, literally. They are all of the elites. And humans serve. They are some specialists, but mostly workers. And some civilians. About a little over half of the civilians. And civilians are actually hedonists. Huh. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, who's in what faction? That's... Huh. Very interesting. Okay. I've never looked at this particular view, actually. That's kind of cool. The Xenophile faction is not happy with me. They also have egalitarian leanings, but they're basically xenophile. They want indirect xenology. I can do that. A multicultural society, at least 4 unique species. Enclaves Incorporated. Alright, I'll see if I can do that. They want us to be federated. They want a new contact. I'm working on it. They want to be represented on the council. I need you to put forth people for me to potentially put on the council. Oh, these xenophiles, man, they are a rough crowd. But I think this kind of gives you an idea of how we've been going, basically. These guys, these things that they want most likely are not going to be happening. So, there you go. Whereas all these other things, most of them are actually not really impacting. They're just red. The spiritualists are happy. They don't like that I have synth rights, but that's because I didn't want to have to destroy this dude. Destroying this dude just seemed pretty awful. So instead, our capital planet is run by a machine. Oops. Our capital planet and the entire sector, which currently is the entire empire, is run by a machine. That totally is not upsetting to the spiritualists. I don't know what would give you that idea. But let's see. We are currently in the process of claiming that system. You need to start surveying this area because I would like to claim it before our neighbors do. Let's see if we can grab that choke point. And we have excessive people. Well, go to this new place that needs people. We have a ton of housing. We don't have available jobs. So let's create some jobs. I have an open building slot. I don't know. Let's have a temple. Oh, we have the new bowl life seeding going on first. Alright, that's going to take a while. I'm not going to worry about building anything yet. While surveying Telassus 3, we uncovered a grotesque rock formation from what has been thought to be nothing but a barren planet. Alright, you got my interest. Haha, I thought that was the choke point. Cute. A language of metaphor. It would be a language of metaphor. As we continue to investigate the Aleph aliens, who we now know to be the Terran Systems Incorporated, it became clear that the phrases they use are references to significant, well-known events that happened at some point in their past. The meanings of these references are apparently generally recognized among their kind and can be a shorthand for expressing a sentiment or state of affairs. Fortunately, it seems that this form of their language is not the only version of it, but merely the high speech used in official settings and between intellectuals. An altogether more comprehensible low speech vernacular is used in more informal settings, especially among the young and those of lesser intelligence. Unfortunately, it is considered gravely insulting to speak to one of high standing using the low speech, so that they must treat us as the intellectual equivalents of children in order to communicate with us. So do we contact them in the low speech, or surely we can manage to speak their language? Oh, now this is interesting. This is interesting. Because adult cats meow specifically to communicate with us. They meow like kittens in order to communicate with us, and they adjust their meows in order to communicate with us. Otherwise, they would not meow. They would stop meowing when they grew up and became adults. They also have other more sophisticated ways of communicating with us. So, would these cats who have, I guess, descended from our current feline companions who have been acting like babies to communicate with us, would they contact this new species in the low speech, or would they be like, no, we're not doing that again. There is no way we are doing that again. We're gonna speak their true language. They're gonna strive to speak their true language. They've had enough of meowing like kittens in order to try and communicate with the humans. Let's go with that. Uh-oh. Envoy Galadur Hatond pauses, looking confused. We have gathered several phrases that they seem to begin their messages with. Which should we use to greet them? Sakura at rest. Kyan, his eyes opened. Better to play this safe, on second thought. I'm gonna go with his eyes opened. The reaction to our words was instantaneous. Smiles, or at least what we believe to be their equivalent of smiles, broke out among the humans, who uttered several phrases of unmistakably friendly character. It seems we chose our form of greeting well. Yay! A most delightful people, or we can leverage this to find more about them. I think I'd rather have the increase in first contact skill, so a most delightful people.
Foreign power is hailing us.
All right, they are peaceful traders. Oh hey, and they share the same ethics as us. That will be helpful. Greetings. I speak for Chief Executive Officer Kosai Nakagawa and the wealthy elite of the Terran Systems Incorporated. We are always looking for new trading partners among the many diverse and delightful alien nations we encounter as our ships explore the galaxy. We share the same divine heritage, humans. Perfect diplomacy indeed. Continued exploration of Stellaris 3 has yielded more questions than answers. The surface is littered with eerily lifelike statues, their expressions petrified in silent agony. Our scientists are divided. Some believe that these forms were once living beings, turned to stone by an unknown force. Others suggest they represent deities, worshipped by a long-forgotten civilization. A more cautious few believe the statues are not a tribute, but a warning, a grim message to any who would dare disturb the planet. Continue the research or discontinue the investigation? Oh, now I'm torn. Buttons is very curious. The whole we're role-playing spiritualists is thinking we should discontinue the investigation. We're role-playing spiritualists. I'm sure I'll get that anomaly again at some point. Or I can look it up. Oh, yay! We want to establish an embassy. Let's do that. So I created several empires that represent different potential fates of Earth. So the one that we're playing is cats have taken their rightful place as our overlords. The one that we have encountered and are about to form a commercial pact with is Earth has become a corporate death cult. It's a mega corporation. They didn't manage the Earth very well, so it exploded and they had to evacuate it, and they live in outer space. That's why it's Terran Systems Incorporated, and they live... We can actually take a look at their capital system, most likely. They live in space habitats. Here at Terran Systems Incorporated, we consistently deliver more for less, and today we would like to offer you a deal you simply cannot refuse. A commercial pact with us. Tell us you can't refuse. Form a commercial pact with Terran Systems Incorporated. I see no reason not to. Also, they're superior to us? How? They also have their own version of Alpha Centauri. I love it. It's like, this is very, very strange. How did this happen? There's going to be at least one more of my empires spawning in here, and then possibly up to 2 additionals. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to play out because I intentionally left it random. But for now, we have 1 neighbor and 2 versions, not only of Earth and Sol, but also other neighboring star systems. Okay, their fleet is considerably larger than ours. And you can see they have these orbitals. Okay, they have the habitat and then a bunch of orbitals. Mars is also shattered. Fascinating. I guess that makes sense because normally you can terraform it. And then for Alpha Centauri, they have habitats. But Isabella is their habitat. Interesting. Do they have a habitable world? Huh. They want to form a research agreement. Sure. Why not? So this is probably... You want a defensive pact. Hold on a second. You're asking for a lot of things really fast, and this is making me uncomfortable. Why are you harming our relations? Okay, I'm gonna send an envoy to improve relations. I don't know why you're harming our relations. Let's form a non-aggression pact, first of all. Defensive pacts are very expensive, if I'm not mistaken, unless they've changed all of this. We can also offer a migration treaty. Now, I think this would probably benefit them more than us, to be honest. They would be able to use us to colonize any planets that they have that they can't live on because they're adapted to living in habitats. We don't have the ability to build habitats, and they would not be well adapted to our worlds, except perhaps for the planet that's going to become a Gaia world. Once that planet becomes a Gaia world, then they might want to come over. So I think I'll wait on the migration treaty. But then we wouldn't be colonizing a new planet with them. They would just be moving in as they choose. So I'll wait on the migration treaty still. I would really like to know why you are harming our relations. I'm going to decline the defensive pact for now. Our revenue projections do indeed confirm that a mutual peace between the Gagassi Star Realm and the Terran Systems Incorporated is financially beneficial to both parties. Where do we sign? Okay. They want a migration treaty. Sure. Our terraforming specialists are pleased to report that the terraforming process on Barcalo Prime has completed. The planet has been successfully terraformed into a Gaia world, owing to our deployment of laboratory-created plant hybrids containing carefully selected segments of the Ball genetic code. Once again, as a result of the process, itself not quite fully understood by our geneticists, a number of new Ball populations have appeared planet-side, emerging when terraforming neared completion. Splendid! They are most welcome. Yay! So now the humans from the Terran Systems Incorporated should be happy living here. So we need to create jobs for them. I'm also curious, the new Bowl, they are civilians. They are pacifist. Interesting. So they are the largest portion of the population by far. Oh, okay. They're just... Because it used to be that... I think they were pre-sapients before, but now they're not anymore. Alright, let's get some jobs going here because we need jobs. You currently have plenty of amenities. I want to get some agriculture going, in part so I can build resource silos here. I think that's how it works. I don't know if that'll work. Custodian Protocol 475-3 fulfilled. Significant Gagassian presence detected on Barcalo Prime. Upgrading status of Gagassi Star Realm from non-compromised to compliant. That's good? I thought we did that already. Alright, so you are good. What's this one again? What? You're Bronze Age. Okay. And you guys are Xenophobes. Alright, I'm just gonna let you chill then. Don't want to risk upsetting you. Do I go with open arms? Yeah, I think so. Because now we have a migration treaty, right? So I want to attract migrants. I have a ton of influence though. So it's like, get claiming! Claim everything! Build more ships! I have a tiny, tiny little fleet. I think what they might be going for is either join a defensive pact with us or we're gonna subjugate you. And they need low enough relations to be able to go to war with us. Maybe, I don't know. Nice. Yeah, I'll be taking those crystals, thanks. Ooh, a nice continental world. Alright. Maybe I'll grab that too.
Star system charted.
Yep. Demand subjugation. You're demanding to be subjugated by us? No. They are demanding to subjugate us. They want us to give them our production. Expansion permitted, okay. Defensive stuff. Independent diplomacy. Either that or we go to war with them and they're superior. This sucks. This really sucks. We worked so hard to bend the humans of our world to our will. And look at these space humans. Ugh. How rude. Will you give us pets and treats? Personally, I don't feel like fighting them. This is just balls. I don't know if I had accepted the defensive pact, if I could have avoided this. But, because I didn't want to get pulled into their wars, you know? Now I'm going to get pulled into their wars anyway, and I have to give them my basic production. Which, sure, fine. I have plenty. So, whatever. At least I get independent diplomacy and expansion is permitted. Sure. Fine. Agree. Assholes. All before the first ad, too. I'm embarrassed. We have, overpopulation and amenities. Dude, just move. I don't know what to tell you. Well, now we definitely need more food, so I guess I'm just gonna build agriculture districts on all my planets. Oh, that's right. We have to redo all of our agreements now. As long as you don't fuck up my influence economy, I'm fine. I guess I'm bad at this game because like the first thing I did was get subjugated by one of my own empires, my own creation. Well, first, I have these caretakers who can't even take care of their own refugees, telling me what to do. And then I have one of my own empires subjugating me. I think not going to war with them was probably the better call. I might have been able to hold them off the way their current fleet is, but war is boring and stressful. That's why I was like, no, I don't want to get caught up in your war. So now these guys are probably very unhappy. Yeah. They're like, no, underling? No, we don't like that at all. Whereas the xenophiles are like, yay! We have a new contact! At the very least. Less upkeep from jobs would be really nice.
Construction.
Well,
complete.
I'm gonna get the system that I want, so they can do whatever. I'm thinking mining station output.
Anomaly found.
I'm not sure what I actually, I'm probably getting more from my mining stations just because I haven't been building much planet side. What planet are you a governor on?
Star system
Alpha Centauri
charted.
Prime? I'm gonna have you specialize in science.
Technology secured.
Fascinating creatures roam the plains and coasts of Londe 3A. The ISS Vuki-Farab reports that arthropoid life forms are using tools, however limited, and may have the potential for eventually achieving sapience. Scientist Jerome Dulthrod threatens that finding alien life in this state is a rare opportunity. Should we choose to uplift them, they may prove useful. Something to keep in mind for the future. So now we have 2 pre-sapient species that we're aware of, but it looks like the other humans are going to claim this system. Or the humans are going to claim this system. I don't know. The humans who aren't our servants are going to claim this system. It's okay, because I have... This is what I really wanted. For the rare crystal mining. Oh, gosh. I need more housing. Somehow I didn't realize that I needed more housing. I'm just bad at this now.
Complete.
I feel like I used to be better at it before, so either I just got out of practice, or I wasn't as good as I thought, or they made it harder or something. Or I'm just really distracted.
Anomaly found.
I am kind of anger eating chips since my neighbors subjugated me. This is an industrial world. I put a research enclave here. This is kind of messed up. This is an urban world. It doesn't seem to matter how many civilian industries I put here. It still just keeps adding metallurgist jobs. Am I understanding this correctly? Whatever. I probably should have gone with the food, but I have the other 2 labs, so I wanted to fill it out. And I figure I'll build one of each lab on Alpha Centauri Prime. Oh, even after I built the housing, that's supposed to add 1,000 housing.
Technology
I
secured.
have an idle leader. My Minister of State isn't doing anything. I don't know what to tell you, man. Go have a party. Here. This is my practice empire. This is my remember how to play the game empire. But let me start building destroyers. I just built 20 destroyers. I also have a ton more influence. Let me be smart about this though. I'm not colonizing this yet, am I? I do want to colonize this planet. Oh wow, humans have 0% habitability on the planet. That's ridiculous. How did you end up over there?
Anomaly found.
Well,
Anomaly found.
less crime and more amenities sounds really good. Xenolinguistics is fun. Terraforming is nice, but kind of a moot point at this point. I'm gonna go with that one. More amenities. We still just cannot get enough housing on this planet. Why can't we get enough housing on this planet? What if I actually build a mining district? Because I think there are cave cleaners. But there wasn't like specific housing for them. I definitely want a xenobiological lab because this has a boost to sociology research in particular. Yay! We finally have a new NEMA. That will probably help a lot with the overcrowding. See all my pretty ships. Yeah, they colonized this continental world with my people, thanks to our migration treaty. But I can't colonize my worlds with them, because they can't live on planets. Oh, I can see pre-sapients. At least sort of some pre-sapients. There's 3 variants on humans, apparently. There's default humans. There's our default humans. Then there's their default humans. And then there's their zombie humans. That's not terrifying. Integrate into default subspecies. Not possible due to species is not set as default. Human is set. These guys are set as default. Maybe because it's default rights. Maybe, if any of these guys join our empire, then I can have them integrate. Now I have overpopulation on Sol. Oh gosh, we need more food. Those freaking humans are eating all our food. We don't have any available jobs anywhere. Oh wait, that's probably the worst place to build agriculture. We just need more housing. Okay. Here we need more jobs, we have plenty of housing. Okay, so now I have a source for crystals and a source for volatile modes. Do I have any exotic gases yet? Yeah, there's exotic gases there, I guess. I don't know why I keep saying a prosperity council is forming when they're not. Oh, but now I have more xenophiles than I do spiritualists. Interesting. And the xenophiles still are not represented on the council. Oops. Botanical paradise. Excavation beneath the icy crust of Zubin 3. Where is that? Has revealed a vast subterranean cavern. Remarkably, this hidden greenhouse is a thriving ecosystem. A lush flora and fauna flourish in isolation, protected by the ice from the planet's surface, otherwise hostile environment. The cave maintains a stable microclimate, likely sustained by geothermal vents. There's more to explore here or abandon the project. Want to explore more, but I'm worried that if I touch it, it might break. But we're cats. Hey, get back here. Get back. Come back. Where are you going? I know I told you to do a whole bunch of shit, but no. I think I'm gonna need the various refineries.
Special project complete.
Yeah, I was right. I broke it. I was really hoping I would be wrong, but I was right. You're destructive. I can relate. The scientist that just broke the beautiful ecosystem got the destructive trait. Do I want this triangle or do I want to leave those guys alone? If I stay here or just take that, then I only have one choke point with them. If I stay here, they can only come at me from one system. If I take this, and they only have one choke point with me. If I take that, then they can come at me from two different systems. I'm gonna stay here.
Star system charted.
Oh yay, alien organism procurement. The director of the Museum of Exobiology on Earth has issued a request for the procurement of several live alien specimens. These creatures were spotted on surveyed habitable worlds, but they are difficult to capture. It will require the full resources of a science ship for a lengthy period of time. Now this does take effort, and it can be a pain in the butt if your neighbors have closed their borders to you. Fortunately, ours have not, so I think it's worth taking because then you get to have fun reading about the different creatures, and it gives your scientists something to do if they're bored. We will gather these specimens. This will be nice, increasing my capacity, especially since I'm over my science cap already.
Special project complete. Anomaly found.
Yay, we got to expand the council. Okay. Let's do evolving society. There is a saying known to us. What is blown in by the wind will be washed out by the rain. Comforting words for many a short-lived planet dweller. The realm we call the Shroud knows no such weather. Would you be willing to send us a teacher from your order? Mastery of the Shroud is a journey of 10,000 lifetimes. Even our most gifted teachers can claim only partial knowledge of its mysteries. Nevertheless, their wisdom is invaluable. Should you wish it, we will dispatch one to guide your course. So if I click we wish to learn. Yeah, it costs 50 influence and 1760 monies, which we certainly have. It increases their opinion of us. We get an official, which we should be perfectly fine. And it increases our chance for psionics research options. It increases our monthly unity, and it reduces our shroud delve cost. I don't know how much we're going to use the shroud delve, but the unity will be nice, and psionics can be fun, even if we don't go all the way with it. It does have some benefits. So, we wish to learn. Okay. Goodbye. Oh, I didn't read what she said. Or, here I go assigning gender to people who are completely covered in stuff. I didn't read what they said. This is stupid. I'm going to destroy one ship because I'm over by one. Okay, we got a new leader. I'm going to put them on the council. Shroud Walker teacher goes to this lovely individual who is spiritualist, of course. That's the only one that would make sense. Naturalist or forge focused? I feel like naturalist would be fitting for somebody like this. We have a very interesting council. I started with my homeworld at Ascension Tier 1 because I took the Ascensionists Civic. So we have a designation boost of 7% and an effect on Empire size on -5%. And I'll be able to upgrade it to Tier 2 once we get to 3 Ascension perks. So that might be worth, it might be worth ascending this to Tier 2 and then seeing what we can do. I'll make sure I'm actually paying attention to my civic, you know? Now I'm capped on food. I feel like last week was super fun, and this week, like, these guys bullied us, and the rest of this has just been stressful. Maybe just because I'm tired. I don't want to bully the lone defender, basically, but I might have to go all around him. I don't want to have to go all the way around just to not mess with that one thing. Devs, what were you thinking? I don't understand this. Well, the point is, yes, I want moat harvesting traps. We have unemployed workers. Well, here we are constantly in need of civilian industries. I hope you guys can upgrade yourself to specialists like you used to.
Star system charted.
Crystal mines. Oh, I want them both. Do crystal mines first, I guess. You need a person. You have, yeah, you have naturally occurring blockers. So, give you... Okay, hold on a second. I feel like I want this person to replace this person. Or maybe not. Yeah, no, okay. We'll just have you. This is great. Tons of amenities and unity. I guess I'll start with a temple. Right, might as well. It's on, oh, on the planet that they populated with Gagassi. That's pretty wild. The small rodent-like creatures known as Orinthi are native to Puerto Gonzales, where their habitat extends across most of the moon's diverse climatic regions. They breed at an extremely rapid rate and seem to have a particular fondness for chewing on electric cables. Procuring specimens was not a problem. In fact, after the initial creatures were collected, more of them made their way onto the ISS Vukifarab by hitching rides on the science ship's orbital shuttles. Exactly why the Museum of Exobiology requested Orinthi specimens remains a mystery. I love it. Oh, where we have missing planets? That's one of the things that I consider obnoxious. Additional housing or more resources from jobs? Let's go with additional housing for now. I feel like I'm constantly like, oh no, you need more housing? Now you are your own sector with one other planet. Ew. That is gross. Well, maybe I can learn to build habitats, and I'll build habitats instead.
Star system charted.
Oh god, why? I want this. I want this. But I also want this.
Counted.
But I also kind of want this. You know what? This is new and different, so let's try it. I think it might mean I can't build resource silos there, but that's okay. Exotic materials labs? I like that they're really getting into like more specific stuff for the science, so you can really nerd out. I don't know what I'm doing though. I guess that's kind of the point. You're not supposed to know what you're doing. You're supposed to just make decisions, and whatever happens, happens. You just kind of hope for the best. If you knew exactly what was going to happen, it wouldn't be any fun. We found an automated shipyard. That's interesting, but I'm not going to do anything about it right now. My Minister of State just died, so I need to appoint a new one. I don't really want either of those dudes, I don't think. Hey, there's a xenophile that I can get from my overlord. Not crazy about that, but council agenda speed plus 10%. And there's a xenophile. I would finally have a xenophile on the council. It's kind of fitting for them to be a human. So yes, there we go. My Minister of State is from a foreign empire? Question mark? Whatever, it works. Let's go. They were the governor of this world, I think. That's gotta be so weird to everyone involved. We are producing just enough food for us and them, apparently. I'm kind of wishing I had taken terraforming. Oh, great. Our scientists are dying now. Now I need a new scientist. This one's a pacifist. Interesting. This one's a materialist. Ooh, very interesting. You've been corrupted. Let's see, all my scientists are really getting up there in age, and they're all spiritualists. So I guess this is the future. Well, right now we're not surveying. Right now we just need somebody to do that. But after that, what am I gonna want them to do? I can have them go off and survey over here. Actually, if I can have them start working on some of these anomalies, maybe that's who I should go for. And get Spark of Genius so that if and when it becomes necessary, they can step up onto the council. From beneath the waves, the colonizers on Mirak Prime regularly explore the planet in hopes of finding more resources to help with day-to-day life. A recent expedition to the North Pole has now unveiled a large object on the bottom of the ocean, an alien battle cruiser. The pressure of the deep will prove a challenge, but it is possible to get to the ship. Try and salvage it, or scrap it to learn its secrets. So we can possibly get a cruiser, or we can get the research option cruisers and gain 20% toward that. I'm kind of more inclined toward that since we're at our naval capacity. I'm waiting and seeing if I can get research to improve that. But yeah, let's do that. I didn't know there was a trade cap. You're just going nuts with the colonizing. Or do you just like to have colony ships sitting around? Are you putting my people on desert worlds? That's rude. I'm gonna put your people on desert worlds. Actually, I'm curious if they can be happy on a Gaia world. After an extensive search of the seabed on Nozomi, using a small fleet of mini submarines, the crew of the ISS Vukifarab finally managed to corner the elusive target of their search, a live Tarblack. The shimmering creature, which defends itself by emitting faint psionic signals that produce a sense of dread in most organics, was brought aboard the science ship in a special water tank, simulating its natural environment. The crew members on the ISS Vukifarab that came into direct contact with the Tarblack will require extensive therapy, but the mission has been a success. No, you're like, what do? I guess go ahead and investigate. Excuse you. Investigate anomalies. Alright. What would you like? Custodian Protocol 712-6 activated. Initiating data store transfer to primitive organic civilization. Oh god, please don't do that. Message follows. Error. Data block corrupted. Error. Data block corrupted. Error. Data block corrupted. They just send us all of this data that's corrupted and it fries our computers and sends us back into the Stone Age. We graciously accept?
Technology secured.
Yay, we got crystal mines. I think I didn't pay attention to what it gave us. I think it gave us points in various forms of research. Let's see. Improving our stuff. I know words goods. How about ion thrusters? I don't know. I probably should have improved our word stuffs, but I didn't. Word stuffs things good. Mine, yes, do. Good. All the numbers shiny except that one. I need more energy credit production. The probability conundrum. Surely this is a sign of the divine. Oh, we don't need influence. Whatever. I can ignore the special project. I can ignore it. Really. Truly, I can. I'm gonna give you solar panels. Yay! Alien murals. Fuck it. I'm giving you solar panels and resource silos, even though you are currently like a major choke point. You're my border. I don't care anymore. I've been letting you sit out there without defense things anyway. Okay, we get to do ascensionist stuff. Alright, do we want to engage in biomorphosis? To leave our genetic destiny in the hands of nature is an inefficient and excruciatingly slow process. Why not jumpstart the future of our species? The flesh is weak. The limits and constraints imposed on us by our feeble organic bodies are simply unacceptable. To reach our full potential, we must turn to cybernetic implants. Synthetic evolution. I don't think our spiritualists would go for that. Mind over matter. I do not have the Shadow of the Shrouds DLC, by the way, so this is not going to be at its full potential. Only a fraction of the potential contained within our minds has been unlocked. The latent psionic abilities of our species are only now beginning to manifest in certain individuals. I think having everybody be psionic could be kind of cool. Other options... None of these are really appealing to me right now. So yeah, let's go with mind over matter. Why not? Ah, finally. As a result of Darmuga's astounding scientific discoveries, the rate at which we conduct research has accelerated. Her findings are a hot topic in the scientific community, which now recognizes Darmuga as a thought leader. These developments will benefit all. Nice. Custodian Protocol 625-1 activated. Message follows. Attention, organic civilization. Widespread biological vulnerabilities have been detected in the Gagassian population. In order to ensure your species' viability for the Custodian Project, all major population centers will require inoculation. Bioinjection units are prepared for dispatch to your space upon positive confirmation to this message. Awaiting response. So very well if it's for our own good, or we do not trust these inoculations. Astral says don't be anti-vax. Astral, I need you to understand. These dudes have 2 ring worlds that are completely destroyed. They were supposed to be refuges for who knows how many different primitive civilizations. They are completely devoid of life. I don't know what they're gonna inoculate us with. Also, my best friend's cat is the sweetest creature that I have ever met. She is so lovey, she just wants to be cuddled, you can pet her forever, etc. She is so nice. My friend talking about taking her to the vet was like, alright, we're just gonna take her to do some blood work and give her a shot, whatever, routine stuff. They hear crashing and screaming and yowling and all this stuff, and the person comes back all like harrowed, and they're pretty sure the cat drew more blood than the vet did, and all this crazy stuff. I don't think cats would take very kindly to being inoculated.
Then you got busted up robots. That's all. They'll learn real fast.
Astral says then you have busted up robots. So, yeah, we do not trust these inoculations. If you want to come stomp on us, sure. We have our friends here who'll defend us. Hopefully. They're supposed to. So our matriarch retired, and so we're working on who are we going to elect to be our new leader. Sure, elect the baby scientist to be the... Hey, why patriarch? Why not triarch? We don't know if it's going to be a matriarch or a patriarch. Those pop-ups are what I was like, rawr, I don't want that. Honestly, I really feel like one of these other dudes should get it. Like my Minister of Defense or somebody. Okay, our new scientist got elected matriarch. Good for her. Now what? She was supposed to be doing something. I guess I can... Oh, wait, I'm at my scientist cap. Alright, I'm gonna grab you because you don't have any orders, and I'm gonna have you do this project. I need to raise my naval capacity. I can build anchorages. I'm silly. I completely forgot. I saw that I could build anchorages and just did not think, oh hey, maybe I should actually do that. You just so happen to actually be able to take anchorages right now, and then I can upgrade you. I feel like I'm constantly teetering on the brink of being just above zero for these resources. I could colonize this planet. Well, it has an anomaly. Playful ruins. Ooh, maybe I will do that. Ooh, it had a ball colony, and then it has these ruins. I don't know, maybe I don't want to. But anyway, here on this lovely tropical world, the Tassergoid is an extremely lethal predator that stalks the dense jungles of Markab 2 at night, paralyzing its prey with electric shocks before sucking their brains out with its tube-like mouth. Never mind, maybe we don't want to colonize this planet. Unfortunately, 3 of the crew members from the ISS Vuki Farab were lost to these creatures before a specimen could be secured. The Museum of Exobiology on Earth will rename one of its wings after these brave officers to honor their sacrifice. Whoa, I don't think I've ever gotten this far. Select destiny. Driven educator. Brilliant shipwright. Great researcher. That's in line with the story stuff so far. The shipwright is really tempting because I really want habitats. It's giving me an option, so there we go. This is so cool. Wait, why is my naval capacity missing head of navy? Oh shit. Let's get a new Minister of Defense. I don't know how I lost my Minister of Defense. Hold on a second. I have spiritualist, spiritualist, spiritualist. xenophile. I need an authoritarian. Alright, I have 2 authoritarians to choose from. I guess I'll go with you. If I repair that, I'm gonna go over my... Oh! My naval capacity seems to have increased. Never mind. Go ahead, have fun. Now we have an option. We can check out the psionics tree. All pops from your primary species, so I think that would be the cats. That would not include the humans. We'll gain the latent psionic trait. You get the Psychors building, mind readers, the Great Awakening allows psionic assimilation of other species, unlocking their latent abilities, reaching the Shroud, and then Shrouded Communications. I don't know. Did I get anything just for this? I think I have to at least open the tree in order to get the agenda, mind over matter. I need psionic theory technology. So I can't even do this yet. This is tempting, if nothing else, for the healthcare program. Leader maximum negative traits -1. Singing planet. Alrighties. So thank you everybody for watching. Sorry for a shorter stream. I'd like to continue expanding, fill in more of that area that I'm like, this is yummy, I want this, but what exactly of it do I really want? I'm not sure. I just kind of want to slowly fill it in. I guess I need to be actively making progress on that. I just have to keep remembering to tell my ship to do that, and for that I need to be a little bit more on top of things than I feel like I can be now. We are going into Spooktober. Woo! Getting into Halloween. I have a couple spooky games in mind. I'm gonna be playing Inscription in a special event that's taking place October 24th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. US Eastern Time. I'm going to be participating in the Rainbow Raid Relay that's going to be taking place that entire weekend. That's my time slot. I'm going to be playing Inscription. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be all horror games by queer streamers. Through the rest of October, I was thinking it would be fun to play spooky games. They don't have to be horror games. I don't necessarily want to feel like I'm going to have a heart attack, but just trying to get into the spirit. It kind of depends on how people feel about continuing the Stellaris game. It might be more fun to switch to a different Fate of Earth if we want to play more Stellaris. I guess we'll see. We'll keep it up in the air. Have a great time zone, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Please consider giving a follow, and also please consider following me on Blue Sky. I actually do post stuff other than just going live notifications. So it's a way to know when I go live, and it's also a way to know my thoughts on other stuff. Take care. Happy time zone.